Okay, so we're all set. It's 4:05. Time to begin. Good evening. Welcome again. This is me, Abhinav, again welcoming you to the HubSpot user group event. Um, just recalling, I think this is one, two, three, four. Okay, season four, episode two, probably. I think. Yeah. So yeah, just to give context, this is our fourth year when we've been running the Hug event, and we started in 2019, and we do four events a year. So yes, so this is the second for this year. We'll have another one, I think, close to inbound or maybe just after inbound, and then probably another one at the end of the year. um, Quick intro again about the whole thing. This is a HubSpot user group event. Generally, most HubSpot customers are there in this event. HubSpot has these user group communities across the world. There are about 170 odd groups across the world right now, and three in India. I am leading one of those. So my name is Abhinav. I am the co-founder of an agency called Niswey. We are a HubSpot elite partner, and I've been running this the HubSpot user group. I've been leading this, I should say, along with my team since 4 years, like I mentioned. So HubSpot runs a has a huge form and a process through which they choose these leaders across the globe. People who've been using HubSpot, people who've been building communities, and people who are champions of HubSpot, essentially, right? So yeah, so I've been using HubSpot since I think I first started, I think 2010 probably. So yeah, so been a while. HubSpot was just a blogging platform, to be honest, at that time. But yeah, 2010 or 11 is when I started. Maybe 11 probably is the right year. But anyway, yeah. So I've been doing that, and along with me, now we have a huge community of people, and all the HubSpot, customers join one of the other HubSpot user group events across the globe. And obviously, with the change since COVID, this is all moved online. Earlier, this used to be an offline event where we used to meet in person, and obviously that interaction was at another level. But yeah, this has enabled us to have more people, not limited within our own cities, and being at a single location. And that way, we've got more reach, and we've learned together better, I will say. Like HubSpot says, right, grow together or grow better. I think both of them. So yeah, so that's where we are, right? So we are learning and growing together. uh, just to quickly share right away, at the end of the event, we'll have some swag available for you. So just, so you stay back till the end. You will have a link where you can order some HubSpot swag for yourself. Okay. And yeah, I think if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I think this platform allows only to ask using chat. I'm not sure. Or can you unmute and ask? I'm not sure. If anyone can validate that, uh, Simran, Natasha, one of you, if you can validate this, can users unmute and
Yes,
or they have to ask in the chat?
yes,
Uh,
yes. I think users will have the option to unmute.
Sorry, Simran, if you said something, I don't know. Okay, okay, cool. Cool. So, good. You have an option to unmute. That is great. So, yeah, please feel free to unmute and ask. Today's topic is going to be, about more updates. So, what happens is, once in a while, we do a lot of, customer onboardings and helping customers use HubSpot. So, we've seen often this question come up. We are not aware that what are the new features that HubSpot is bringing in. And based on that, we picked up this topic today because we've seen that question come a lot of late. And HubSpot also has grown a lot in the last 6 months, I should say, especially a lot, things around the service hub and some other features that have been coming off late. A lot of features into beta also. But yes, in general, we've seen, customers need a lot more awareness around the product. And that is why, we had Sidharth, who leads our customer onboarding at Niswey. So we thought he might be the best person to take you through what's been happening around the HubSpot product, what new features and how you can leverage them better. Yeah, so that's the intent of today. We'll just keep it under, I think, about 45 minutes, and then obviously some time for Q&A. And yeah, hope to wrap it up within the hour. uh, cool. Great to see you, everybody joining from various parts, in fact various parts from the world, not just India, so that is great. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions before we begin, please feel free to share, or else Sid will just take it home. What do you think? Mm, let's just give it a minute. Mm, okay, cool. I'll take that as no question. So Siddharth, over to you.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. I'm Sidharth Manchanda, and I'm working with the agency named Niswey. We are elite partners with HubSpot, and the year has been very exciting by far. We have a range of new updates, and earlier I used to think that HubSpot only enables us to, with new features, new tools and additional things. But this year, I've seen that they are also working towards the efficiency of how we manage our things or how we manage our campaigns within HubSpot. So, how we can best utilize the tool is what we are looking forward to achieve, or I'm looking forward to show you, tell you how the new metrics are available in ads, how we can compare our campaigns, etc., etc. And to start off the session, please allow me a quick minute. I'll share my screen so that we can begin the presentation as well. And I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, as we have already been welcomed by Mr. Abhinav Sahai over here for the session or the webinar today, I also welcome you to the HubSpot user group webinar. Whereas my name is Sidharth Manchanda and I'm Customer Success Manager over here with Niswey. This recording will be, or I would say this webinar is being recorded and it will be sent to all the people who are here available or who have joined in today uh, to the webinar and are here with us on the calls. So the topic for today's webinar is Key HubSpot Updates of 2022. So to start off with the updates, this will be the agenda for our call today. We will be starting off with the ad performance metrics. It's in custom reporting tool, followed by the flexible report and dashboard email scheduling, which is available with HubSpot, whereas HubSpot has also launched or has added the feature to add reports through URLs and Google Sheets, etc. So we will be checking them out as well today. Then, the COVID is the thing of the past as we are moving forward in our lives. So the events are coming back to life. And in the events, we are getting a lot of requests, or we are seeing that there are a lot of QR codes nowadays, which needs to be scanned to get the information of the contacts. We see the QR codes nowadays on the business cards as well. So earlier we used to have a business card scanner with HubSpot, but now we also have a QR code scanner in our mobile app. So we will be talking about that. Then we have playbooks and call transcripts, how they are being used nowadays and how easy they are to be used in or within a contact. Then updates on HubSpot calling. So earlier we got the feature, I would say towards the end of 2022 or mid 2021. I'm sorry, towards the end of 2021 or the mid of 2021 that we can make calls, we can connect our numbers, we can make the calls for our sales representatives and service representatives. But now we can see and we can also get inbound calls from HubSpot. We can make a purchase for the number and we can start getting inbound calls, and they automatically will be updated in our contacts. We will be talking about how we can leverage this feature, and then comparing campaigns. So we could compare, uh, you know, our posts, how our post performances, or how our posts are performing on different ad platforms or social media platforms. But now HubSpot has grown this feature into a campaign comparison as well, and that is amazingly useful. So moving forward, uh, I'm gonna pick the first agenda or the first topic in our agenda as ad performance metrics, whereas we will be moving from the presentation to the browser to show you how we can reach this point, or how we can leverage this reporting or other pointers. So if the switch is not smooth, or if you want me to redo any of the steps, please let us know over the chat, and one of my colleagues will update me to repeat the step or to be a little slower. Well, let's pick the first point, and that is ad performance metrics in custom reporting. So now if we go to our reporting section, and if you have ever connected Facebook, Google, or LinkedIn account, you will now be able to see your ad performance metrics in custom reporting as well. That's a separate drop down which is available in the reporting section, just like contacts in companies. Whereas how is it? How does it matter? Is basically by allowing this data into custom reporting so that you can compare and see your total performance eye to eye, and you will get a lot of custom reporting objects, or I won't really say objects, but features or comparable properties, automated properties, which are updated by HubSpot, like add account currency code, add account ID, add account name, add account properties. There are a new range of properties which you will find in HubSpot for your ad performance metrics. So moving forward to the screen where we can see how we can leverage this function. So I was just trying this out before we do it or perform this report function. So we need to click on reports as we log into HubSpot. Then we click on reports again. On the right hand side top, we would see an orange button which would say create reports. Now this is again a new page view which we have got for our reports. So we click on custom report builder, and as we come here, the first drop down option which we see, where we find all our objects majorly, over there at the top or towards the top, you would find the new option or the beta version for ad performance metrics. As you click on add performance metrics, you would see that as it is a beta, it is not allowing any cross-functional reports at the moment. So everything else is grayed out. Then on the right hand side top, you will move to the button which says next. I am generally comfortable using the pivot table format over here in custom reporting. Then just to check how my accounts are performing, I will pick and drop the account ID in the rows, followed by campaign name, and I would like to see how many clicks I had. You can of course manage your filters over here. You can change the timestamp. I'll just move it to the maximum as I'm using the demo account. I don't think there will be a lot of data here. But when you perform the same steps in your account, you would see all the magical numbers and how your ads are performing right here, just in this manner or in a similar manner, how you want them to look like in front of you as a sum of clicks. So you would be able to identify your account ID followed by the campaign name and their performances as well. So if we talk about clicks, that's not the only option, but you will be able to find other properties as well, like count of ad accounts, count of ad campaigns, ad groups, performances, count of ads, and as you can see, list is quite long. So you will find, I would say 99.9% whatever you're looking forward to achieve with your ad metric, you will be able to find it over here. And you will be able to see an eye-to-eye report for all your ad accounts, not just one ad a time. So it's basically like a combination or a place where you can combine your efforts on of your LinkedIn, Facebook, Google Ads at one place, and you can have or keep a bird eye view on. Well, moving back to the presentation, moving up to the second point or the second topic for our agenda today, flexible report and dashboard email scheduling option. So we all know that we could email the dashboard from quite long now, but we have now also got the option to send reports on an interval of our choice to the people of our choice automatically every week or every month or any day of the week. We can choose that at a report level as well, not only at the dashboard level only, or not only on the dashboard level as we used to do earlier. Just to show you this feature, I would also like you to see, or I would also like you to show one another feature which is available in HubSpot now. So we all know that there are limitations or there are some limitations of what data we can see or what reports we can create in HubSpot. But now moving forward, we can add any URL to our dashboard and we can see that report through that URL addition and send it to our seniors or the people to whom we want to inform or update about those reports. So before we move out or before we move forward to how to schedule a report, earlier, if we are running any automation, so let's say we click on automation, we go to workflows, we select any of the workflows or we open it. If I have to see any performance or how my workflows are happening, or even my clients used to ask me how we can see the performance of our automated emails which are being sent whenever a new client or a new prospective client fills a form. We had to come here in the performance of that workflow and see all these metrics which are available inside a workflow. But now what we can do is we can copy this URL, go back to our dashboard, go to actions, and we can click on insert image, text, or video. Or we can also click on add external content. This will give us more options. So if you want to add a Google Sheet, YouTube link, video, or any report which your YouTube channel is creating, Google Slides, Studio, or Data Box, or any other content. It can be from any external source. All you need to do is insert the URL over here and then click on create. This is not only limited to the URLs from HubSpot. You can also just open any Google Sheet, which maybe is updated or being updated by your team. Copy that URL, go back to Actions, add external content, other content, paste the URL, and then you can click on it. All these external reports or the reports which were available internally for the team now can be seen on a dashboard and can be shared to anybody to whom you want to schedule this dashboard. Now, moving back to our initial question, or I would say now we go back to our initial question or the topic which we started creating this dashboard for. So this is on a report level, and I can click on email this report. Now this email is only to be sent once. We all know how that works. And if we click on yes, this is a recurring email, I can use a nickname for the email. I can select the recipients. We can select the email subject. We can add a message, and we can create or we can select a schedule for this report as well. You can also select which day of the week you want to send this report. I prefer Mondays. You can select the time. My portal is running on IST, hence I'm getting the default option of IST itself. I would say 11 a.m. would be a nice time. And I can schedule this report. Now, the whole dashboard will not go to these people on an automated figure. Only this report, the top personas, for which I selected this option, will go moving forward. Whereas, again, if we want to send the whole dashboard, we get that option here. Just a second. Email this dashboard. It's in share. And we can send the whole dashboard to the people we select. And the options which you will find here are as same as we just discussed. So moving back to our presentation, we just talked about the flexible report and dashboard email scheduling options, which are now available within our HubSpot ecosystem. Next is the mobile QR code scanner. So now this is a new option which we get in our mobile apps for HubSpot. If you open the mobile app on your phone, you will get a button which would say more on the right hand side bottom of your phone, or at least in the iOS, I get in that fashion. So as I click on more, I get a lot of options. At the top, I get to see the organization's name and the hub ID. On the on the third option, I get QR code scanner, and you would also see a notification or a banner which says new on the extreme right on that screen in front of QR code scanner. As I click on the QR code scanner with the access of my phone, I can scan any QR code which might be available on a business card or on the canopy of the organization which has displayed their products in the event. And this runs in a similar fashion as you can see in the image at the bottom. Whereas I've also opened this image in a bigger view as well, so that we can try and understand it, or we can see it in a little proper manner. So as soon as you click on QR code scanner on your camera, like your phone opens the camera, you scan the QR code, and the contact is created automatically. By far, this feature is only available for the contact creation. And moving forward, I'm also hoping that we will get the option for the company creation as well. So let's see how that works out. But at the moment, we will have to, like, we will be able to create contacts with this feature. This is how it works. And moving forward to our presentation, is that the story so far. So we have already talked about ad performance metrics. We have talked about how flexible the reports and dashboards, or I would say dashboards, are now. Then we talked about the mobile QR code scanner, which is a new feature added in HubSpot. And moving forward, we have an update with the playbooks and call transcripts and how we can coach people in sales and service profession. So some of these features were earlier only available with the enterprise clients, which has now been which are also available with the pro subscriptions or pro plans as well for service and sales hub. So let's see how it actually looks like in a real environment. So just to show you how it actually looks like in the real environment, I've picked one of my actual calls. So I made this call. We had a conversation for like 3 minutes with the client. You would be able to see I can drag and drop this cursor on the conversation or the things which I want to hear. You would see that on the right hand side, the transcripts, which are automatically generated, are moving as well in sync with my mouse or as I'm dragging the call. You will be able to add the notes here. You will be able to read the transcripts over here. If you want to find something in the transcripts, you will be able to find it over here. If you're looking for something specific for your marketing analysis purposes, you can add your colleagues to this report or to this transcript as well. So if I have something for Deepak, I can add his name here, add the instructions or information which I want to share with him, and I can click on save. Now, as soon as I do that, Deepak will get a notification at the bell icon, and he will be able to join me in this conversation as well. As you can see that we also have the option to share this conversation. We can copy the link and we can send it to anybody through any means. If they have the access to the portal, they will be able to listen to this call as well. You can play the call over here, and then you can check the associations as well. So if by any chance you want to, if a contact is associated with the call, but you also want a company to be added or something like that, you can very well do that. And with the association, you can have all these options, which I just showed you. Whereas I'm not looking forward to click on the associations again because the number of the client was on that page. We will get that removed when we share the video with you. Apologies for that. Uh, so this is how we can see the transcripts now, and this is how easy it is to manage and see or pick the parts where you think the most important information is, which you want to listen to. Then as we move forward, or before we move forward to playbooks, how we can add the number, I'll also share that. So as we click on settings, in general, you will be able to see the button which says calling. Over here, you will be able to add the outbound number. So we have some limitations for the outbound and inbound numbers. So if you're using a pro plan, for the total, you get somewhere around 13,000 minutes for the month. The breakup, the exact breakup will be available in the resources, which I will share with you. Or if you're trying to check for your portal right now, you can click on account call settings. As you drag down, you will be able to see the minutes which you have used and the total number of minutes you have. Now, as we move towards the playbook, for the people who might have a little bit of confusion where the playbook is, if you're here at the home page, then you can go to sales. In sales, you can go to playbook. In playbook, you will be able to create a playbook from the button which is here on the right hand side top. As you click on create playbook, this is how the playbook comes out to look like, or the playbook which you can edit, or the section where you can edit the playbook. All right, so here we are. If you want to add a question, you can do so by clicking here. You can create your own custom answers. And then you can save it as well. Now the questions which you create here needs to be published. And in a contact, the playbook will be available over here in the cards on the right hand side. As you drag down here, you will be able to see the playbook card, and you will be able to click on this add dialog. The questions which you have created will be available over here for your selection as you have a conversation with your client, and then you can click on log the call. The information will be logged over here and will be available for each and every person to see, or the next person who will be calling or being in touch with the call. So this was about the playbook and call transcripts. Moving back to the presentation, the next topic which we have over here is updates to HubSpot call. So there have been a lot of updates and some changes around how to use the HubSpot calling features, majorly the outbound ones. But recently, HubSpot has also launched the feature to buy a number for inbound calls. Whereas this feature at the moment is only available for US, Canada, and UK clients, majorly. Uh, I'm hoping that soon it will be available for us as well. And this new feature allows the users to receive the calls right here through the CRM, and it logs the calls as well. So there is not a lot which I can show you over here, but this is an update for which I am waiting for like crazy. As soon as this feature comes in, it's gonna resolve a lot of queries or a lot of issues for a lot of clients. This will help you, or it will solve your issue of getting, you know, other uh, integrations which allow you this feature, and it's gonna be like a Christmas for me, which so that I can see all the calls which are coming in for my organization. At the moment when we are running a campaign, we have to, be very, we are not really able to share a number on each and every campaign because uh, we have to get those numbers integrated, and we need a third party integration to make that feature happen. But moving forward, if a number is available from HubSpot's end, I will be more than happy to, do my campaigns, get calls directly from the customers. My agents will be sitting on the other side of the HubSpot and attending the calls. It's going to make things a lot more easier than they were earlier on this platform. And then moving forward to the next slide, we have the feature to compare marketing campaigns with the comparison. So by far or until now, we were able to compare our posts and our ads individually. So again, while comparing my posts, I have to see each and every post. I had to select each and every post in front of each other. I was never able to see how the whole campaign performed, like a combination of emails with posts and other things. But now with this feature or with this availability of comparison of campaigns, I can actually see through a bird eye view that how my overall campaign performed. So how we can see that? We can go to campaigns. How we reach campaigns as soon as we log into HubSpot, we click on marketing, and in marketing, we see the button which says campaigns. In campaigns, we get this option to compare campaigns, and I can select the campaigns of my choice. We like HubSpot allows up to 5 campaigns at a time, which can be set in front of each other. We can see how our ads perform in each and every campaign, how the blog posts which were created for the campaigns were acting, call to action buttons which were deployed, how was the email marketing, how many sends, opens, clicks compared in front of each other, how the forms performed, landing pages, social posts, website pages, even the workflows. So I don't have to go inside different workflows, open them on different tabs, and then see how the performance was. Now I can see the performance of the whole campaign in parallel or in parallel to the older one, and how the performance was, have we improved or not, what are our points where we are not performing the best, which points I will be taking care of when I'm doing the next campaign. All those analysis can be achieved through this comparison. As you can see, this is a very detailed comparison, and I think this is going to be very useful for me and my clients moving forward. Moving back to the presentation. So I've shared the resources for all the pointers which we have shared today for the updates. And you can click on these points. You can find the resources. You can go through them in much more detail than we were discussing today. And you will be able to create, or you will be able to compare or update. You will be more updated, and you will be able to perform these efficiency based tasks moving forward much more easily than you were able to do before. So this is why in the very beginning I was saying that HubSpot has been moving towards the efficiency as well. Uh, Earlier it used to only provide us with the tools, but now how everything is performing and how efficiently we are performing, or our HubSpot is able to provide us with those details as well. So this has been the updates for, or this has been the webinar for today. Thank you so much for joining in, and please let me know if you have any question with which we can help you further, or feel free to unmute yourself for the questions or write them in the chat. We have Abhinav here with us to answer the questions, or we have a lot of other
I
specialists as well, HubSpot specialists, who are using the.
question that for Siddharth only. I'm just here to show up now that we are coming to a close.
So we
All
have
right. Yeah.
Simran, we have me, and everybody else here.
So there's a question in the chat, which is calling is available for all users or is it restricted for some subscriptions?
Right. So if you're doing an outbound calling, then you first have to. It is restricted to the people who have a sales license or a service license attached to their user. So if you have that, you will be able to make the calls.
And when you say sales or service license, do you mean like professional or starter also works?
Starter also works. But it has a lot less number of minutes. It only has somewhere around 500 minutes
Okay.
for one phone number. Whereas if you're doing sales and service professional, then for combined inbound and outbound calls, you get somewhere around 3,000 minutes a month. And
Nice.
if you're doing enterprise, you get somewhere around 12,000 minutes per month for five HubSpot numbers,
Okay.
including again both inbound and outbound.
Okay. Great. Thanks. Komal, I hope that answers. And there's another question. The HubSpot calling feature that you shared in that outbound members has to be added manually, or when we log a call from HubSpot, does it automatically capture it?
Okay,
Not
so again, the dialer is available for like the users or the HubSpot, which is there in US, Canada, and UK. That feature is yet to come to India. So even I am yet to get my hands on it. So I would like to park this question till the time I'm not able to use it. Like, if you like, you can reach me out on LinkedIn and we can stay in touch. As soon as I get that option, I try it out, I'll share the update.
okay. Cool.
Anyone else? Right? Sounds great.
Cool. All right then. I think Siddharth, you just did it exactly in time. I think 4:46 or 4:48, including the questions, are pretty good. I think we're good on time. That's great. So great. Yeah. I
I,
mean, I think thank you everyone for listening in. Like Siddharth mentioned, we will share the recording if you think it is valuable. For anybody in your team, please feel free to forward the email. This will have the link for the recording. Right. So that is one. Um, Other than that, okay, there is a swag link that is there. Thank you for patiently for waiting for that as well, and thanks Natasha for sharing that. So there you can click on the link. You can find. I think you will have two options to pick up your swag. You can pick up whichever you like, or you can use two email addresses to order two, both of them, of course. Yeah. And yeah, so in general, this is a limited only swag, so first come first serve basis. It might end up, so just be aware of that. So you might want to do it right now if you're doing it. It ships across the globe, so yeah, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. You can get those hands, mugs and games for you. Cool. So that's mostly from us today. If there are any questions, okay, Natasha's also shared the LinkedIn group. Okay, so there's also this LinkedIn group, where you can get updates about our next event and some of the other things that we sometimes post around HubSpot mostly. So yeah, do join that. What we will do is, like I said, we will email you the recording. Definitely, we will also, update you once the next event is announced. Like I said, it might be, just around inbound, just after or just before inbound, sometime around that time. We're yet to figure out that. It is also possible that HubSpot allows us to do offline events uh, by September, since they are hosting inbound, which is a mix of online plus offline. That's how it's going to happen this year. with a very limited offline audience that they are inviting. So yeah, so maybe they will allow us also to host offline events. So in which case we will start offline, but we will also now make sure that we do a streaming of the event so that people across the globe can still join in and learn together. Yeah. Yes. So thank you everyone. It's been great hosting you, and see you around in about 3 months. Bye bye.